Alright, for those who are dealing with subterraneous issues, I want to give you a quick demonstration of one way to tackle that. Turn off my grid so we have less to look at. What you are faced with is trying to develop a terrain in the opposite universe. So what we will do, I'll show you some simple methods to get started on that. What you can do is first we'll deal with a less dense mesh. So I'm going to take the planar surface that we displaced with the height map just because it has the edges that you will need to match, and it would be a whole lot easier to match those if they matched to start with. So we're going to duplicate this particular surface. First, if we're going to lighten it up, I'm going to go with maybe 75 segments by 75 segments, and then we are going to the top of the stack, right click, collapse all. Okay. And you'll want to, if you're not finished iterating on your terrain, you'll want to certainly save yourself a copy of that before you collapse it and use it for something else. But what we're going to do, actually let's go ahead and do that so you can see how to do that. So what I will do now is simply duplicate or clone, edit, clone the terrain, and we're going to use a copy of that. Now that we have a copy of it, we're going to collapse. Okay, and we're going to take the first planar surface and bump that back up to 200. I have it at 200. Alright, now we're just going to hide our original so that we're not looking at that. Alright, now this is the duplicate, the clone version, and we're going to go ahead and modify that. So it's an editable mesh. We want to convert that to editable polys so that we have use of the edit poly tools. We're going to first flip the normals because we're going in the opposite direction. So we select those normals and go down here in the parameters all the way down to, where are you? I'm looking for flip again. I usually do this in the editable mesh. It's much easier. Okay, now I flip the normals and we will be able to work with it in the other way. Alright, now what I'm going to do, I'm pressing B on my keyboard to get the bottom view, make sure that I'm going in the correct direction when I modify this. I'm going to be selecting on vertex as our sub-object, and I'm going to first begin by going down here to soft selection, click on use soft selection, and I'm going to be selecting on my verts, and as you can see its fall off is very short, so we're just going to increase that. Just want to pull out the center of that away from the edges a little bit to get sort of a cone shaped thing to start with there. So once you have that, and you can continue to pull on that as much as you choose to get it out, we just don't want to be selecting the very edges of the verts because that's what's lining up with our terrain. So this is a quick way to get that into a cone shape to start with. Then what you can do is go on up here to freeform tools, and there's a number of tools on this side of the palette under Poly Draw that will be useful to you for this, as well as to others who are modifying their terrain. We're going to use more of these in the architectural segment of our class But for now, I think these tools will come in handy for you also. So under Freeform, where it says On Grid, we are not going to use this on grid. We are going to click on this so that we can edit on surface, this particular surface. So what it requires is that you click on Pick, and then you pick the surface, and the name of the surface will come up right here where it used to say Pick. Then you know you have it selected, and then what you can do is come in here, and there are all kinds of tools here that will help you to deform this and get this going in the shapes that you want it for your particular design. You can push and pull in the same way that you did your other terrain. There's a tutorial posted. I sent an email about that. You can see that tutorial in the recent week's work. If you have a question as to where that is exactly, please see the email. And you can use the shift, you can use the push and pull, and these, all of these will help you to achieve the look that you are going for, make it easier for you. Relax will help to soften those areas that appear to be coming stretched. You can edit your brush, Control Shift to resize the brush. You can see that I'm pushing Control Shift on the keyboard, and I'm simply dragging vertically to get my brush size changed, and then I can use Relax, Soften, and click and drag over those surfaces. Now I would suggest to save often, because using these tools all together in rapid succession has caused me to crash my system a couple of times, and so I don't want that to happen to you and have your work lost. So these are wonderful tools though. They get the job done very quickly, and if you like some of these striations in your subterraneous world, you can certainly leave those in. Another thing I wanted to show you, and before I go on, I'm going to save, is branches. Now some of you who are doing these lower portions of the world also have trees on top of the world. So this tool right here called Branches is a really cool little tool that will help you to get some pretty crazy root systems coming out of your your world. If you want to try to do something kooky and fun like that, probably not so hairy like, but you can certainly adjust these settings associated with this tool down in here, down where it says Polydraw. You just select on that, and you can change minimum distances and so forth, and you can go in here and divide your mesh in certain areas to get smaller root systems going on. Some of you have windows down in here. You can certainly select on your polygons and reshape those if you need to, and extrude, and do all kinds of really fun things down in here. I'm excited about your designs, and I hope that this set of tools that I'm showing you will help you to achieve what you are looking for. Alright, if you need any further help, let me know. Thank you.